It's 50-50 with me on that one.
The build-up's been really structured well.
I'm pissed we're not getting him on TV doing more matches, but he's still fresh out the gate. They gotta save him for the pay-per-view.
I love when like a pay-per-view or a premiere live event can be unpredictable.
Like, I think that they're going to be feeling the crowd.
But they're about to steal the show.
We should have had this fucking pay-per-view at a later
Like
date.
the longer PLEs, while others, they do like the short card. What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. I'm the host with the most, Mr. We Are Wrestling himself. The best one, Donnie, here with...
Ricky Williams, a.k.a. Ricky Knows Best, a.k.a. 93 till infinity. What's up, my man?
Not much, man. Today we are going to be giving you guys our AEW Full Gear predictions. And just a reminder to the Maniacs, if you are looking for somebody to watch Full Gear with, Ricky and I will be live here on the We Are Wrestling YouTube channel this Saturday night for Full Gear. So if you are looking for somebody to watch this pay-per-view with, we'll be live here. But we got to give you guys our predictions. And before we do that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO. And of course, you already know, the grind is real. So, before we do get into each match and we give our predictions, I always like to put a disclaimer out. Anytime we are wrestling, we do predictions, we like to talk about the build-up to the match. We like to really analyze it, we like to fantasy book, and we like to go in depth with each match. And how we always start this is talking about the build-up leading to Full Gear. So, Ricky, I gotta ask you, what was your thoughts on AEW's build-up to this pay-per-view?
Be honest with you, it's been 50-50 because a lot of stories have been, some of them have been rushed low-key. Some of them have been a little telling, like, some of them have been a little good and decent. Like, the stories have been moving at a good pace, but then some of them have been a little rushed a little bit just to fill the card up, my personal opinion. But like, some of the stories are good, though. So, but it's 50-50 right now, because right now, half of these cards matches are low-key fillers, if I'm being frank with you.
Yeah, like when I look at this card, I'm going to say, to me, this is one of the more lackluster pay-per-view matchups. Obviously, AEW, they always deliver when it comes to their shows. Like when they're on pay-per-view, can't really say much about Dynamite or Collision. But that's another topic for another day. But when it comes to the pay-per-views, they always over-deliver. And I think the matches do have the potential of really being entertaining. But I just don't really like a lot of the build-ups to these matches. It really does feel like they're trying to just fill in certain spots and they're trying to make certain people happy.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000% agree with you right now, my man. Right, like I said, it's 50-50 with these stories. A lot of them are low-key fillers, and then most of them are accurate and very good. But we're about to get into that in a minute.
Yes, we are. And we also want to put out there, too, that Ricky and I, we are sharing our predictions before AEW Dynamite tonight. So the card could change, but we're going to go over the matches that are coming out as of right now. So, starting things off, we have a 0-hour match. QT Marshall versus Big Boom AJ with Big Justice.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just hearing about this match right now. I didn't even know this
Double
match was on the
chocolate
card.
chip cookies.
I didn't know this match was literally on the card. I thought QT Marshall resigned like a year ago, too. That's what I read and seen. He said he was resigning. But I guess that was kayfabe. But yeah, this match caught me off guard because you're just telling me about this match right now. So,
Well, speaking of kayfabe, it wasn't. QT Marshall actually was, like, he never re-signed with AEW, but then I think it was a couple months ago, they gave him, like, a backstage role. And then this opportunity came up because I guess this guy, Big Boom, AJ, He is very viral. He does like these like Costco videos on like TikTok and social media. So he has like a crazy following. And I guess according to like multiple wrestling sources out there, they're very happy with the way that he's been promoting this 0 hour match with QT.
Yeah, let me tell you something about QT Marshall too. Like, I had a lot of hopes for him too. Let me get off topic for 1 second. I had a lot of hopes for him to be a dominating heel in AEW, but for some weird reason, they literally pulled the trigger and pulled the plug on his run completely because he had the factory, and they showed a lot of promise too. But then after that, after a while, you don't know what happened to them. The factory they were a good faction in my opinion.
I thought they were pretty good. I think they just put the wrong people in the group.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that. You're probably right. But they had a lot of promise. From what I seen, they had a lot of promise. I'm not saying like they could have been one of those top factions right now. Not right now.
Yeah, but they would have been a solid. They would have been a solid like lower card, like mid card act.
Exactly.
And you always need those on your television shows.
Mm-hmm. I'm not. Listen, I'm not mad at your opinion, or I'm not mad at how you're saying it right now because I definitely agree with you. But they had promise. You've seen it all there. But my winner of this match, my prediction.
Ooh, before
obviously
you get into
QT
that,
Marshall.
Before you get into that, I do want to share my prediction real quick on this. I am a fan of this match only for the reason that it could bring new eyes to AEW, something I feel like the promotion really needs right now. I think that bringing in a guy like AJ, who's right now going very viral online with doing Costco videos with his kids, and he already has wrestling background by doing stuff in the independents for years. I think that this is a great move. I just wish that on Collision and Dynamite especially, they took the time and they built this up instead of just like making this like a whole online thing. So the only people that really know about this match is literally the ones that either are producing the show like me, because you had no idea what was going on, or people that are following AEW on Twitter or Instagram.
This was last second. I know the whole card. I know the whole card right now, but this one right here was last second.
So who do you got, Ricky?
QT Marshall. I got QT Marshall because if he's getting a second chance in any type of way, or if this is a start, then I want to see him do good, and I want to actually see him thrive in AEW because the promise that he had, I want to see if it's still there. You know what I'm saying? So this is a start. So I got him winning, and he kind of needs this right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with the typical answer. I'm going to be going with Big Boom. I think AJ is going to win just to get that massive pop. It's going to be a great way to get the crowd hyped up and to really start the show, too. So I think they're going to go with Big Boom, but I do think that QT Marshall is going to look really good out here, and he's very experienced in the ring, so I feel like putting a guy like Big Boom, AJ, who, yes, he has independent wrestling background, but he hasn't performed like on like a big stage like this. I think that putting him in the ring with QT is a great decision. But I do think that AJ is going to win, QT is going to put him over, and hopefully we get QT on TV again soon.
Agree with you.
So, moving on now to our regular AEW Full Gear match card. Starting things off, we have the TNT Championship, Jack Perry versus Daniel Garcia.
Daniel Garcia's stock and star is this is the beginning. This is the official beginning. Now, call me a hater, and I'm not hating. He should have beat MJF to start this off. I'm not hating. He should have beat MJF to actually officially start his next level run. But this right here, this championship run this championship match right here is put up or shut up to me. And the story's been making sense too. Like the story's been getting followed by it because Daniel Garcia, he's looking to be a champion. Like he needs a single. He's looking to be a champion. He told everybody like, "I'm coming for championships," and he didn't resign. Like
clear.
And we talked about this too. Like he didn't resign with AEW for no reason. They promised him a big push, and I think this is the start of his big push right here. And Jack Perry, at this point, with the Young Bucks out for a while, because you already know they got they got a few other things coming up. I think Jack Perry might lose the title here. Now you said Adam Copeland a few months ago, the last AEW predictions we did, but I think he might lose it here because the Elite, I consider them looking strong, and I consider them holding their championships for a longer time. But now that the Bucks are out for a minute, I think plans have changed. So then they're like this. They see Daniel Garcia's star rising, so this is the good time to give him that pop in the championship in the process and add a little prestige to it. But Perry could retain. He can hold it a little longer. And this could build up Garcia a little bit more until World's End to finally win the championship. So I could see Jack Perry escaping with the championship and having another match at World's End where he finally takes it there. That's just me.
So a lot can change when it comes to a pay-per-view and the way that things happen on television. And with the Young Bucks giving up the titles to Private Party and kind of being written off of AEW right now because of the Death Riders, which I can't wait to see what happens when the Young Bucks come back, because I do think that the Elite, they are going to be coming back as faces, but with an attitude. And I think that this here, like, I know I had last predictions. I was talking about how Jack Perry, he was going to be TNT champion until Adam Copeland comes back, gets the gold. But I think that now that the Young Bucks are written off of TV, I think that Jack Perry's going to be written off as well. And I think that he's going to be putting over Daniel Garcia in this match. It just seems like right now Garcia's got more momentum going for him. And I feel like I could see Daniel Garcia feuding with somebody in the Death Riders. Because obviously, like, Mox has the AEW title. He wants to take over AEW. So now, like, they're going to try to get the tag titles off of Private Party. They're going to try to get the TNT title off of Daniel Garcia. So I definitely think that Garcia is going to win this match. I do have him beating Perry. And I can't wait to see what happens when the Elite do come back.
I'm all for it. Like, I'm actually excited to see too. But them being faces right now is a little weird. Let me tell you why. And let me tell you why a little bit. Kenny Omega and Okada have not battled yet. I need to see them battle first before I see the Elite turn face, because all of that stuff they did to Kenny, do you remember that whole story? What they did to Kenny, there's unfinished business there. Like, it's not done. Like, they got to finish that up first. Like, Kenny and Okada.
But here's what I could see happening. Because we have seen video packages of them hyping up Okada. So I feel like they're going to kind of write Okada off from the Elite, because he's not going to be taking a break with Jack and with the Young Bucks. So here's what I see happening. When it's all said and done, I think the Young Bucks, they're going to come back as faces, except they're going to do what they're doing right now on WWE with Roman Reigns. Right now, there's a lot of conflict with Roman. Like, he's trying to make amends with his brothers, Jimmy and Jay. And now you got Sami Zayn in the fold. And, like, Seth Rollins was getting teased a little bit. So, like, they are still showing, like, what happened. So I think when Kenny Omega does cross paths with the Young Bucks, there's going to be that tension, which is what you want. And because they're, like, being faces, it's going to have you questioning a lot of things. And it's going to be having you think. And I think that's what AEW is going to do when the Elite come back, because you can't have these EVPs being heels unless they're going to be paired up with the Death Riders, which we already know isn't happening because they took out Brandon Cutler. So I feel like they're going to be like twiners, but they're going to be like crowd favorites because they're going to fight the Death Riders.
Yeah.
And I think Kenny Omega and Okada will face off, because I think Okada will still be a heel.
Yeah. Okay, I respect that. Like I said, by the way, side note, and I've said this 100 times, I'm going to say this again. I don't need no Kazuchika Okada versus Kenny Omega Part 5 if none of them are 100%. I repeat, if they are both not 100%, do not hit my phone to see this match. I need to see them at 100%. If y'all need any more clarification, go to NewJapanWorld.com, pay the $7.99, and watch their 4 matches on there, and then thank me later.
Hey, that's what my GOAT MJF says. Thank me later. But we both have Daniel Garcia winning the title.
Yep. If he doesn't win it here, Jack Perry escapes with it. He holds it until World's End, and Garcia wins it there.
Hey, I wouldn't be mad if the feud does continue.
Yep.
But I do have Garcia. Moving on
Yeah, I
now
do
to
too.
our next match here on the AEW Full Gear card. We have Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page.
This is gonna be one of them good ones right here. This is actually one of them good ones. You got an egotistic. I'm not even gonna call him a face or heel. He's a twiner. Jay White is a twiner against the pissed off, redneck, out of control, about to lose my whole house and job, Adam Hangman Page. This match right here is gonna be one of them matches of the night right here, because you already know both these guys can deliver. The story's there, and you see a little bit of jealousy with Hangman when it comes to Jay White, and then he has a little bit of an obsession that he's up. Jay White is up on Hangman. Jay White's always gonna get into people's heads and be like, "I'm up 4-1, I'm up 5-0." Jay White's always gonna play these mind games, man. Jay White is an old school wrestler in today's generation, the classic heel, aka twiner. And Jay White is such a good. He can be a twiner. He can be a face so good that when he turns heel, he gets automatic heat. Like Jay White knows how to play both roles well, but when he does it in the middle of certain situations, you're gonna be like this. This guy is really that good. I'm telling you. But I got my prediction. I got Jay White winning. I have Jay White winning this one.
So, my thoughts now on the Hangman versus Jay White match. I think that they are going to put on a great match here, just like they did at Wrestle Dream. Great match. But I'm really not feeling the storyline at all. Hangman had a lot of momentum after this swerve thing. I was enjoying what he was doing with Jeff Jarrett. And then throwing him in a situation with Jay White, I think, is a lose-lose situation for both guys right now. I think down the line, it would have definitely been better, because Jay White needs to pick up those wins now that he came back. Like, we need to build some stock back up into him, because he was once a big star in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And Hangman Adam Page, they built his stock all the way up with the Swerve feud, and then now all of a sudden he's kind of losing that momentum a little bit, that edge that he had, because like nothing feels personal in this feud with Jay White. And I think that's why I'm not really getting invested into it. But if I did have to pick a winner, because I do think the match will be great, Jay White won the first one, so I do have Hangman Adam Page winning this one, and then they'll have a third match probably at some point. So I'm going to go Hangman.
Yeah, I got Jay White. This one, this is a mixed match right here, and I'm not being biased because Jay White's my guy. He's a New Japan guy. That's my guy. He came from over there, but I got Jay White. I think Hangman getting more mad and angry will kind of help him a little bit. I think it'll help his character a little bit because he's been pissed off. He hasn't won the big one, even though he beat Swerve like you just said, but he's still looking for his personal closure. So he's going around beating everybody up till he finds it. So him losing to Jay White really will help him. Him continuing to be a pissed off heel, I'm all for it. Until he finds his closure, I'm really loving Hangman a little bit like this. I'm not going to lie.
I could see it going either way, which is why I love AEW pay-per-views, because it's not predictable. It's very unpredictable what could happen. So we're just going to have to wait and see. And if you guys want to see Ricky and I's reaction to Hangman versus Jay, the only way you could do that is joining us for the live We Are Wrestling Full Gear Watch Along, which will be happening live Saturday night. But moving on now to our next match here on the card. It is for the AEW TBS Championship, Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander.
This is one of the most confusing rivalries. Because not too long ago, Chris Statlander was labeled a heel, correct?
Yep.
Now she's, what, a face again?
Yeah,
none of this
her
really makes sense
reasoning
to
on
me.
social media was so pathetic. It was stupid. Oh, me and
This-
Stokely don't like Willow. That's why we went after her. And now that we beat Willow, we are going our separate ways.
Yeah, that doesn't.
Fucking stupid.
How should I say this? 'Cause
Horrible excuse.
It doesn't make no sense now. You're a face out of nowhere all again because of that. You should have. First off, you should have kept Stokely to be your mouthpiece. 2, you should have went after the AEW Women's World Title at least. And 3, yo, Donnie, I don't even know how to explain this right
Chris
now. But I'm gonna put it.
Statlander versus Mariah May I feel like that would be such a better storyline and feud
Exactly.
until Tony comes back.
Exactly. Like this right here, I don't understand what this is. Like, I don't know. Like, I love Statlander, but I don't know if I should take her serious or not right now. Like, I'm looking at her like this. One of the best wrestlers on the roster and strongest, no question. But then, when you look at the story, I'm like this. You just literally beat up your best friend. Now you all happy again. You all a macho woman again, just like that. Come on.
And you see, like, that's kind of how I feel also with the next match we're going to be talking about with MJF and Adam Cole, which I am ready to go guns blazing on that one. But when it comes to this one, like, man,
You can't say nothing.
this
You can't say
really
anything.
has the potential of being. This could have been so much better than what it is. And that's so disappointing because Mercedes and Chris are 2 of my favorite women wrestlers
Exactly.
in the business right now. And it's like, they're literally giving us a sample. Like when you go to the mall and you're going to the food court and they literally give you that little sample. That's all we're getting here with this match, and it should be something bigger. It should be a Gordon Ramsay meal we should be getting here with this match. And it's so disappointing to me, and it pisses me off, because I had high hopes for Mercedes Moné and AEW, and I'm going to say it right here. They have fumbled her run so far with the promotion, and it's so disappointing to see. I think that her winning the title right away was the worst booking decision that they could have made for her. They should have had her go through some hardship. And I like the fact that she is going in the ring, but for some reason, she's not connecting with us. She's not giving us good, compelling storylines. Like, I can't even remember who she feuded with last before going against Chris. That's how, like, boring her run has been. Her and Britt Baker, that had money written all over it, and we got a little sample. Nothing felt special about it. And then, let's talk about Camille, her bodyguard. She was the longest reigning NWA Women's World Champion for almost 2 fucking years. And they're doing nothing with her. Like, they're not even friggin' letting us, like, take her serious. I am so pissed off with the way that they've been booking Mercedes Moné, and I'm so pissed off with Chris Statlander being a friggin' twiner going face, heel, face, heel. They really missed the ball here, and it's disappointing.
You know,
I
what
hope
think
that this
about
is
it,
a great
Camille's
match, and I hope that they come out of this better.
Camille's literally she's a bootlegged female Wardlow in this situation right now.
Except Wardlow actually had charisma and he showed his talents. Camille, they're really holding her back. And if you watch NWA and you watch the Independents, you know that AEW is holding her back because she's fucking talented.
Yeah, but you already know the CEO has all the so-called star power. And they want to make her look like a freaking diamond in the rough. And look what it is now. Mercedes looks weak as heck too as champion. She like you just said, her title run is mid. It's like it's really dumpster fire right now. Like it's trash. You could put a flawless victory. I can name you 5 title runs that are worse that are better than this one.
You here, and I hate saying this because I love both of these women wrestlers, but in 2024 on my bingo card, I never had Bayley and Mercedes falling off as bad as they have. It's so disappointing to me. Because I remember 2015, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, they put on the greatest women's match of all time. what has happened to Bailey and what the fuck has happened to Mercedes Moné? I'm so glad Ben is not here right now to hear me freaking bitch about this. Because I already know what Ben would say. I told you so. I told you so. I've been saying this. Like, she's talented. And I don't know what's going on with her run.
Nah.
I just want Sasha Banks back, man. I want Sasha Banks back.
But
All right, who do we got winning this?
But all in the same, we got I got the obvious answer, Mercedes Moné.
Yep, I have Mercedes.
The feud can continue though. The feud might continue. Camille might cost Statlander the championship. So,
and I think
that'll
that's the
give
only way
them
that they can actually get me intrigued.
Yep, give them more time because some of these stories, I ain't got much to say on them because they've been rushed and there's too much filler, and we can't really.
You want to know who
dissect some of these
Mercedes?
right.
You know who I want to see Mercedes
dissect
feud
right.
with?
Who?
I want to see her feud with Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa has the accolades. She has the experience. And I think that could really help her get back on television regularly. She's been healthy. Why aren't we doing anything with her? She's a former AEW Women's World Champion. And I think that her going after Mercedes Moné could actually do something.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you 1,000% on that. I agree with you 1,000% on that one because look at the Britt Baker feud.
Exactly. Like, it could have been so good, but they just didn't really do much with it afterwards. Or even during the feud.
But that's
like,
Tony
they got to
Khan,
figure
though.
something out with Mercedes.
But that's Tony Khan, though, because I don't know. For some weird reason, every time his last second booking, I think he panics under pressure to try and make it right.
I think he's just giving Mercedes, like, they got to do something different. I think that's what it comes down
they're going
to.
to do something different, but right now, in my opinion, it's just a little rushed. And now that we're here, we're going to have to deal with it.
All right, well, you and I, we both got Mercedes, right?
Yeah. I see Camille interfering, costing her the belt, so the feud can continue, and maybe the story is going to pick up from there. Until then, we're not excited. We're not stopping the microwave for this one, probably.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, one more name I want to throw at before we do get into our next match. Ty Mello. Why don't we put Ty versus Mercedes? That could work, too.
Isn't she pregnant, or doesn't she have a baby
not anymore.
right now?
She had her baby, and she's already been getting trained back in the ring for, I don't quote me on this, but I think 3 months now. And she's been cleared. I just don't think they have any creative plans for her as of right now.
I'd rather put her in a feud first with a Jake Hader or something, a Jamie Hader or something before.
Ooh, Jamie Hayter and Mercedes, that could be good. But moving on now to our next match here on the card, we have MJF versus Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong wins this one. Nah, I'm sorry.
I was about to
shut
say,
up. All right.
you're out of your mind if you think that's going to happen.
Let me get to it. No, I'm joking. I'm about to get to it right now.
I like that Takeshita beat Adam Cole. Can I just say that?
Yeah, I don't like Takeshita right now either. Now that you mentioned it, he took. No, never mind. Let me get to this because I'm getting off guard. This is a filler feud to me. In my opinion, this is a filler feud a little bit. Adam Cole's really supposed to be here, but what you said to me off camera made sense because he turned on him at Wrestle Dream. So why not finish
World's End?
World's End. My bad. Thank you. He turned on him at World's End last year after he lost the title to Samoa Joe. So now, 1 year later, karma finally strikes back, and guess what? I think MJF will finally get his revenge in that matter. This is a little bit of a broken, long-term, shortcut storytelling right here. Because didn't Adam Cole turn on him first?
Yep.
And who helped him do it? Roderick Strong, the Kingdom, and Wardlow, correct?
Yep.
So why not go after the right-hand man before you actually get to the final boss completely? And then Mr. MJF will finally get his revenge on the GOAT. This is like Crow Adam Cole's Crow from Def Jam, by the way. He can finally throw him off the window and get his revenge completely. Or hold on. This might be weird to you. Let me put it like this. And this hasn't been making sense because they both been turning left and right.
Got that right.
Weirdly, we might see a double turn again. Weirdly.
Probably with the way that this
take.
thing, this
That's
whole
a hot take
storyline's
probably to
going.
you, but we might see a double turn again.
With the way that this shit's going, I could definitely see that happening.
Because I don't know, like, and I'm not disrespecting because I'm not trying to be funny. Right now, MJF and Adam Cole, they like Kevin Owens and the Big Show with all these heel and face turns at the same time. 1 minute they heel and next minute they face. Big Show did it like 100 times. Make your mind up what y'all want to do with this.
That's how I feel about Chris Jericho.
Who?
Chris Jericho. That's how I feel about him.
Oh yeah.
Heel face, heel face, heel face.
I mean,
heel face.
in my opinion, Jericho works better as a heel ultimately. So it's not really hard to make
Depends
that
on the
decision to
time
keep
for
him
me.
heel.
But I will say, like, when it comes to like MJF versus Roderick Strong, I think that this is a filler because, like I was telling Ricky off camera, I think going into AEW World's End, that's where we're gonna get Adam Cole versus MJF, and I think that we're gonna get like maybe like a Falls Count Anywhere match, similar to what we got with Christian Cage and Adam Copeland for the TNT title at World's End last year, which I was there for. I think that only makes sense because MJF did lose the title there, so I think that they want to drag the storyline on until we get to World's End. And I think what's going to happen then, which things could change, I believe Wardlow is still injured. I'm not 100% sure on his status, but I think if he's good to go, MJF is the devil, and the devil's always got a backup plan, and I think Wardlow is going to help MJF beat Adam Cole. And I think going into 2025, MJF will have Wardlow back with him. And I think that they're going to actually do it the right way this time. But when it comes to Roderick Strong and MJF, I think MJF will win this match. No doubt.
Like I said, he's going to finish.
Easy dub.
He's going to settle the score in the weirdest ways possible. Like, he's going to settle the score. How about?
And this is going to be happening in New Jersey, too. MJF is from Long Island, too. So you also have to consider home court advantage.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're going to have a fire match. Because MJF is going to deliver. Like, even though I don't want to admit this, MJF he can wrestle in the ring. Yeah, he can wrestle in the ring. I'm not gonna lie.
You got that right. He can.
He just needs to thank the GOAT for actually keeping him relevant again. My man showed him how to look like a main eventer. That's another day.
He needed Daniel Garcia to help him win, but you're right. That is for another day.
Nah. I don't remember that.
So who do we got?
I don't remember how that was. I don't remember how that went.
Who do we got?
I don't know who. I know who started it though, but that's for another day. But I got MJF winning this one.
Yep, I got MJF winning. I think that this is going to be a great match.
It doesn't make sense for Roderick Strong to win this one at all. But
Yeah,
they're going to put a good match on. They're going to put a very good match on. Probably have one of the best matches on the card.
Yeah, I could see something like that happening.
But I got MJF. They probably go 21 minutes.
Probably. But moving on now to our next match here on the card. It is for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Private Party defending the titles against King of the Black Thrones, Malachi Brody King, versus the Outrunners versus the Acclaimed.
And this is the Private Party's first title defense. This match was put together for obvious reasons. One, to put Private Party's title reign over. Two, to find them some challengers. I think they had a lot of tag teams in the back that deserved an opportunity, but they had to give certain tag teams a chance, like fresh tag teams that haven't gotten title shots yet, a chance. So why not give the Outrunners a chance? And they're one of the most over tag teams in the tag team division, if I'm correct, right? And then
Yep.
the House of the Kings of the Black, or Houses of Black, whatever they call themselves now. Malachi Black and Brody King. I thought Malachi Black was done with AEW, but he's been appearing a lot lately. So that's another good look. And then you got the Acclaim.
Wait, before you get into this a little bit further, I don't know, Ricky. I have a feeling with the way that they've been booking Malachi in the month of November, he could resign.
Yep. And then you got the
'Cause they're actually doing
Acclaim.
stuff with him.
Then you got the Acclaim, who's been teasing up a breakup for probably the last 2-3 weeks. Just like the New Day, I hope they don't break up. But I see
I
Private
want to
Party.
heel Max Caster.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I'm excited to see a heel Max Caster. I'm not gonna hold you, but I'm gonna feel sorry for Anthony Bowens because now he's gonna go.
He will get lost in the shuffle, unfortunately. That's why they can't
But-
break him up yet.
But Private Party retains this because this is their first title defense, and if they lose the championships after waiting 5 years to finally be tag team champ, it's not gonna make no sense for them to lose these belts that quickly. Like this is their time right now. Private Party needs this rub. Any other team winning this is literally failure. Is no option. You're literally messing with a deadly weapon held by an extremely accurate assassin.
So I will say this. I actually really like the way that they did this. They did like a little tournament style thing where like we got to see some tag teams. They got to showcase their tag teams on television. The winners of the tag matches advance to this Fatal 4-Way tag title match. So I actually really like this. Like, it feels fresh. Like, they're putting a fresh coat of paint on the tag division that has been needed for a long minute now. And I think Private Party, they are going to retain the titles at the end of the day because they're making the tag division feel fresh. They're making it feel new. And I like the way that they did it, too, even with the celebration, winning the tag team titles, and then having all the tag teams up on the stage and, like, celebrating. I like it because it feels fresh, it feels new. And it actually has me interested in the tag division, something that I miss with old AEW. So now, I do want to talk about each team here. I like that the Acclaimed, they're in here because they're already an established tag team. One of the more popular homegrown teams that AEW has created. Then you have the Outrunners. They have gotten over. And the fact that they have been able to get over on Ring of Honor and Collision, where less viewers are watching, and they're not really on Dynamite often, and how over they've gotten, to me is very impressive, and I'm glad they're finally getting rewarded with the tag team title opportunity. I think that this will be a great way to get more eyes on the Outrunners, because I think eventually they will win tag titles, just not right now. And then Kings of the Black Throne, we should have been having Malachi and Brody teaming up like this whole time, because they already have that chemistry as a legitimate tag team. So I think that it's great to have them as well. I think it kind of gives more motivation to the House of Black, because I think that they should be on TV regardless. And then putting Private Party in there with these guys, I think that they're going to create some magic. And I think that Private Party is going to retain the titles. And hopefully we can just keep this momentum with the tag team division, because that's one thing that AEW actually has going for them.
Oh yeah, they're gonna put on the show. No, these 4 teams are gonna put on the show. Private Party, they ready to hold the tag team division down. Like they've been waiting for this for 5 years. And you think they're gonna disappoint on their first title defense too? Nah, son.
I love the new entrance. I love the new presentation. I love the new look. I think that they really have a lot going for them right now.
And on social media, because I've seen it a lot. They've been carrying themselves as champions, and they're keeping kayfabe alive, and they're representing the tag team division extremely well. And you don't see that a lot from a lot of tag teams nowadays. Like wrestlers holding their championships outside of their profession and showing that they actually care for this culture. But it's kind of different for Private Party because they've been proving themselves for 5 years too, like I keep saying. But that was their proving run, and now that they're here, they're holding those championships like badges of honor to everybody. They're showing everybody, hey, we put the work in for this. Now look at us. We're on top. We're the head honchos.
And the fact that they're like promoting the title outside of AEW, bringing it
just
to
like,
the clubs, bringing it out to New York Knicks games. Fucking brilliant. That's what you want in your champions, because if you're a champion, you are representing your promotion, your company. You wear that title with pride.
Just like a few other guys. The Miz when he was Intercontinental Champion, or Logan Paul when he was U.S. Champion. Roman Reigns, Liv Morgan, like just a few to name. You get what I'm saying? Like when you're holding your championship outside of the sport, that shows you actually care about the sport. Now I get it. You don't want to hold it outside of the sport because you don't want nobody just to keep talking about a certain thing. But people like that actually want to hold their championships, they show that this culture is still alive. It's just up to the fans. It's up to the idiotic fans and the fans that don't respect it enough to actually start respecting it for real.
All right, so you and we got Private Party, right?
Yep, private parties. If they don't retain, we'll talk. We'll talk Saturday about that.
Well, moving on now to our next match here on the card. We have, and this one, my opinion, is going to be match of the night. I already know you're going to agree with me on this one. Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher.
Woo!
Match of the night.
Let me piggyback off what my
Easy.
man Will Ospreay said last Wednesday. He told Kyle Fletcher, and I dare somebody to disagree. Since he stepped foot in AEW, my man has been Mr. Pay-Per-View. That is one of the reasons I will be here Saturday. This is a high-profile match. This story right here, my opinion, has been carrying AEW somewhat low-key for the past several months. It's been teased. It's been advertised. You've seen it every single time. But you already know I'm a passionate Will Ospreay fan. Kyle Fletcher, you need your name in the spotlight. You need to be relevant, just like a few other names I can say. Come on down. Come on. You can come on down. Get your 15 minutes of fame, just like Ospreay said last Wednesday. You're an Ospreay wannabe. Come get your fame over here. But do know this. You need this win bad, buddy. Ospreay doesn't need this, buddy. We're set over here. You need this win. And I put you over, Kyle Fletcher, but you're going against the GOAT right now. So you're going to have to take a back seat, sir. You are the future. But Saturday is not going to be your day, buddy. Sorry. You could tell Don Callis to bring the whole family with him. Tell him to bring the whole family. Tell him. It's not going to make a difference. It won't make one difference right here.
So you're saying that they're not going to be celebrating Thanksgiving together as a happy family?
Nope. It's not happening. They're all Fletchers are going. All right, let me be honest real quick. I'm being biased right now. Let me shut up. But this story's been carrying AEW. No, I'm joking. But this story has been carrying AEW low key. The past several months has been teased. The thing is, Mark Davis is back, and that kind of threw me off because he's going to be the big factor. Who's he going to really officially side with? In my opinion, though, Kyle Fletcher should just be a full-blown singles wrestler at this point. With Don Callis in his corner, and you see the tools and criteria, Kyle Fletcher has it all low-key. He just needs to work better on the mic. That's it. Like, his promo skills need a little bit of work.
I don't know. I think he's getting better.
No, he's getting better. But I do remember one of the promos, and the fans were literally egging him for it. I didn't agree with that, and I didn't like it because that was a little disrespectful because he was doing good with the promo. I forgot which episode it was, but I was watching it. I think it's the one where he shaved his head. That's the promo, I believe.
Ooh, so, all right, before you share who you have winning this match, I want to give my thoughts on this because, in my opinion, when it comes to AEW Dynamite, this has been the feud that has been carrying AEW television. Everybody keeps saying, oh, it's the Death Riders, it's Orange Cassidy, it's this, it's that. I think that it's been Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay. This is the match on the card that I am looking forward to the most, and I think that this is going to be the match of the night easily. No arguing there. And especially with the history that Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay have, that's what makes this rivalry interesting. And this is what I've been waiting for months. For Will Ospreay to finally get away from the Don Callis family so that we can get a program. And now we're finally getting that. And I think that not only is it helping Will Ospreay in the long run being a better babyface, it's also developing a new star in Kyle Fletcher. And the Don Callis family, I think, are very good, consistent heels to have on your television screen every week. And I think that, like Don Callis, you need to have him there every week because of the heat that he generates when he gets on that microphone. When you hear that horrible music, you just, like, Don Callis knows what he's doing. And that's why, like, the Don Callis family, they need to be a staple on AEW Dynamite. We need to see them every week, whether they're feuding with Will Ospreay or another babyface. They need to be on television because they know how to generate heat and they know how to generate and tell a good story. And to me, I am super impressed with the way that they have done this build-up, especially Kyle Fletcher, because I always thought that he was a great tag team specialist with Mark Davis, with Aussie Open. I was a big fan of theirs. Love the song. Still listen to it to this day. But, man, Kyle Fletcher, at first, I was questioning his little singles run until we got that promo of him buzzing his hair and just this new attitude. I fucking love Kyle Fletcher now because of this.
I never, like I said a few episodes ago,
I'm
I
a
had
Fletcher
three
guy.
guys. Like I said a few episodes ago, I had three guys. I did mention Kyle Fletcher. I did mention him as one of the next big things. In my opinion, I did see it coming from miles away. I've seen it, I observed it very closely. I seen Kyle Fletcher coming from miles away. My
I just
only
think,
problem,
man, that hair, that buzzing the hair, really, that was such a great promo, and it worked out because he didn't want to look like Will Ospreay. He despises him. That was such a great thing he did.
Well, you're not gonna get out the ghost shadow like that, and you just put yourself in the coffin, Fletcher. So, like I said, I got a lot of love for you, man, but.
All right, who do you got winning?
You're gonna have to lose. You're gonna have to lose a Saturday. No, I'm joking. This is match of the night, first and foremost. We already established that.
Yep.
But I'm gonna have to say Kyle Fletcher gets this one. I'm sorry. Ospreay, just let the kid win so he can have his moment. Just let him have his 15 minutes of fame, please. Just let him do it.
So here's my prediction. Kyle Fletcher beats Will Ospreay. Mark Davis turns on Will.
Oh.
Mark Davis will join the Don Callis family. And I think that this time around, yes, we will get some tag matches with Aussie Open. But I think Mark Davis is going to be more of that big man for Kyle Fletcher. And he's going to do Kyle Fletcher's dirty work. And to get to Kyle Fletcher, you're going to have to go through Mark Davis.
Oh, that's a good one, right? I like that. I like that one. You're right. But yeah, so this is match of the night. We both got it. Match
of the night, hands down. I don't care who wins this one. I just hope that this storyline furthers because this has been carrying AEW in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, I got Fletcher too because of what you just said. Either Ospreay's, Fletcher's gonna win by interference, like with Mark Davis, and Don Callis might get involved, or he might beat him clean. I could see a clean win from Fletcher too.
We're just gonna.
I could see an Owen Hart roll up pin like Bret Hart.
Oh,
back
WrestleMania 10.
10.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know if you remember that.
I do. Oh, dude, I remember. That's one of my favorite all-time WrestleMania matches.
Yep. So it could be like that, and then Fletcher's like this. He's gonna rub it in his face, and then it could be like that. So I could see it like that.
I just hope that this is not the last time that these two are in the ring against each other.
Well, this is match of the night.
Good. This is gonna be
Tony
great.
Khan. Tony Khan, don't mess this up, please.
Ricky, I will be making popcorn before this match. Mark my words. And the only way that you guys can watch our reaction to it is during the We Are Wrestling Full Gear watch along, which will be live this Saturday night. And it's going to be
I'll probably order something over here when that match starts.
So, moving on now to our next match here on the card. We have Swerve Strickland versus the debuting Bobby Lashley.
Can I first congratulate Tony Khan on actually making the Hurt Syndicate look like legitimate monsters right now, first and foremost? Can I do that?
Oh, absolutely. Same with
And
Shelton,
then number two,
Shelton's
he's actually
great.
like compared to what they did over there in WWE with these guys, AEW has taken a short amount of time and has made these guys look like complete monsters and actually legitimate superstars right now. And Bobby Lashley's debut, I wanted him to debut at what was it, Wrestle Dream, right? Was it Wrestle Dream?
Yep, Wrestle Dream, the debut.
I wanted him to debut at Wrestle Dream and attack Swerve from behind, but him debuting on Dynamite was actually good too. On Halloween, it was actually a good look too. So an MVP coming in, literally being the boss, right? Like literally, is he the boss?
Yeah.
Is he the leader?
I'd say
Bobby
he's like
Lashley
leader.
literally is the meal ticket, and then MVP. I mean, Shelton Benjamin is What, the enforcer at this age?
He's like the enforcer, like the right hand man.
Okay. Yeah, the Hurt Syndicate is actually looking like legitimate monsters right now. And why not make an impact by going after literally, in his words, the most dangerous man and literally one of the top guys right now in AEW and Swerve Strickland. I don't like this. We spoke. Never mind. Nah, I ain't gonna get into that. But this one right here, this could be actually a good match. This is my second, probably gonna be my second favorite match behind Ospreay and Fletcher though.
Agree.
Because you got two
I
different styles.
I think a lot of people forget how good Bobby Lashley is outside of WWE. And if you did watch Impact Wrestling during the time where he was the Walking Armageddon, you know how good he is outside of WWE. And I think a lot of people like are gonna think, oh, Lashley, he's just this washed up former WWE guy. And that is far from the truth because there's a lot of people that leave WWE and they get lost in the shuffle. Bobby Lashley is one of those guys that thrives under that pressure of not being under like a WWE banner.
I agree with you 1,000%.
But I do want to share my thoughts on the feud here. So when it comes to Swerve and Lashley, I like the way that they did it. Like, it should have been Wrestle Dream, but that's when we got Adam Cole's return. That's when we got MJF's return. So, like, it would have been a little bit foreshadowed if they had that debut happen at the same time as all of these other returns. So I actually really like the way that they did that, and that was like personally one of my favorite AEW Dynamite episodes that they had this year when Lashley showed up. But I still feel like that this is a lose-lose situation at the end of the day because Swerve, obviously, he just came back at Wrestle Dream, so you want him to pick up wins. And then with Bobby Lashley, he's making his debut in this match, so you don't want him to lose either. But they could also build like some hardship to Swerve as well, which I think that this storyline, this will not be the last time we get Lashley and Swerve. And I think that's why like this pay-per-view feels like a filler, because a lot of these storylines and feuds, they're only getting started. And it's not like a one-off and then they move on to the next person. I think that like Swerve and Lashley, there's going to be so much more that happens after this. Which is why I'm going to have to go with Bobby Lashley on this one. I think Lashley's going to win with the help of the Hurt Syndicate.
I got Bobby Lashley too. I'm right there with you. Plus, Bobby Lashley has to look strong in his debut. It doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't. Like you just said, it's a lose-lose situation because you don't know if you want to put Swerve. You don't know if you want to make Swerve look strong, or do you want to make Bobby Lashley look strong? And right now, both of them losing will kind of hurt the stock of the other. But in this case right now, like you just said too, I would have Bobby Lashley win this one and continue the feud right after that. Probably do a steel cage or a lights out match after this one.
Something different. But we're going to have to wait and see what happens.
Side note, Ricochet might join during that match, the Hurt Syndicate.
Ooh, Ricochet turning heel and joining the Hurt Syndicate.
But it wouldn't make sense right now either, now that I think about it, because if he's going after Takeshita, they're not going to have much heat as the Don Callis family right now. No. The Don Callis family is literally bulletproof with heel heat. I'm sorry.
All right,
but
so
it
now...
could happen.
We both do have Bobby Lashley winning this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so before we get into our main event match, because obviously we're giving you guys our predictions before AEW Dynamite goes on, and I'm sure that we have a couple more matches that are going to be announced. Is there any matches on the top of your head that you think is going to happen? And if so, instead of like giving like a full explanation on like your thoughts on the feud, the rivalry, who do you have winning?
Another match on the card?
That hasn't been announced yet or confirmed. That you could see possibly happening at Full Gear.
I mean, because they're not on the card, Ricochet and Powerhouse Hobbs against Brian Cage and Lance Archer.
I could see that as a 0 hour.
Yep, and then Britt Baker against Serena Deeb.
That gets me every time. I can
Nah,
see that happening.
they've been teasing that feud a little bit too. So, and I'm gonna be honest with you too. Hold up, I gotta say this a little bit. Britt Baker did not get no reaction last time I seen her. I'm like this.
So disappointing.
I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on here? Like,
They got to turn her heel. That's
yeah,
where
they need
she
to.
strives.
Either that or put her back with Jamie Hayter.
Oh, that would help a lot.
Put them back together.
One of the matches I could see happening is Darby versus Claudio. Something that I've been wanting to see for a while.
Oh, they're
I can see
wrestling
them
tonight.
doing that.
Oh, they're wrestling tonight.
Oh, they're wrestling tonight on Dynamite?
Yep. They're wrestling tonight.
Actually, it kind of works out better that way because then in the main event, you can get Darby and Claudio involved. So maybe that's why they're not having anybody from Death Riders wrestling or like Darby or like any of like the heroes that have been like helping out AEW. I could see maybe that's why.
Or I got another one. Even though they're having a contract signing tonight too, Chris Jericho against Tomohiro Ishii. Now y'all can say what y'all want about Chris Jericho.
Is that happening on Full Gear or?
I don't know, but they're having a contract signing tonight. Now y'all can say whatever y'all want about Chris Jericho.
I swear to God, please do not put Jericho on this card, please.
Y'all can say what y'all want about Chris Jericho.
For the love of God.
I'm not knocking y'all for that. But
he needs a break.
But y'all can say what y'all want about Jericho. But Tomohiro Ishii, no slander. If anything, he'll be carrying the match. He's just as old as Jericho, but this man,
send his ass back to New Japan.
no.
Or Ring of Honor.
No.
Or you can keep him on Ring of Honor.
Can't keep the Stone Pitbull over there. Nope. I'm not doing no Ishii slander. No Tomohiro Ishii slander. I'm not happening.
I don't want
Ishii can actually
We do
wrestle.
not need Ring of Honor stuff on Full Gear. What does it say before Full Gear? AEW. We need AEW. Not Ring of Honor.
I'm with this match right here. I'm with this match. If I can see the Stone Pitbull any chance I get, I'm a Japan guy. I'm watching.
I know. I respect that.
I'm watching it.
I respect your loyalty.
But yeah, Ishii can go, man. I don't know. What's the hate?
I don't know. I feel like too. I could also see Takeshita and Ricochet maybe going against each other for the international title.
It'll be pretty late to put this match on the card, but it's been building up too. So,
but here's what I think could happen though. You can have Ricochet and Takeshita earlier in, like, you can have them earlier in the show. Takeshita beats Ricochet, and that's when Ricochet realizes that maybe he needs MVP. Maybe he needs Bobby Lashley. And that's when he makes the decision to help Lashley beat Swerve. I could see something like that happening.
I like
but
that
we're just going to have to wait and see what happens because a lot will happen on Dynamite tonight. And I know tomorrow, like, by the time that this is out, this whole fucking card's going to be scrambled. That's AEW for you. Last minute fucking booking decisions. At least with the WWE ones, we never have to worry about that happening. Even though the AEW pay-per-views are a lot better than the WWE PLEs. You can agree with me on that one, I bet. So, with that being said, let's get into our main event match. Jon Moxley will be defending the AEW World Championship against Orange Cassidy.
I got let's see. No. This story's been apart from Osprey and Fletcher, this story has been literally a backbone, if you want to say that. Like the Death Riders, BCC, they've really been carrying the show somewhat, I should say. Like they've been them beating everybody up, declaring war on AEW, saying this is their company, doing everything Bryan Danielson foreshadowed. It's the only reason, and the thing is, he's not here to see it anymore because he got retired kayfabe from full time. I mean, Bryan Danielson, you got to give him all the credit in the world. He actually predicted all of this. There's a reason he recruited Jon Moxley several years back to start the BCC. They said they were going to run this place. Now look at them. Look at the Death Rider. Look at Jon Moxley. He's literally the head honcho now. The only thing is, like I said, Bryan Danielson and William Regal are not here to see that. That's it. But these
So
guys are literally
disappointing.
running roughshod. They are running roughshod, beating everybody up, taking everybody's paychecks, saying they need to change the AEW locker room, saying they need to humble it. They even got a lady doing their dirty work.
That's like one of my highlights of this group is Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta.
I don't know how I'll react if she put her hands on me. I know it's wrestling. I know it's kayfabe, but like, I'm looking around like, hey yo, this is what I got to deal with right here too. And then I'm like, yo, she's literally choking me out. I'm like, yo, but this is a very good storyline though. John Moxley, I don't care what nobody says. He's been a heart and soul of AEW. Every role they put him in,
Agree.
every role they put him in, he has done it without complaining. But the fact is, some fans, and I seen it the last show, were disrespecting him. I heard a "Go back to Roman" chant. That is very disrespectful. Don't go to the show. Y'all just going over there reacting and saying dumb stuff. Do not go to AEW show, please.
Yeah, Ben and I we had to talk about that on the live episode.
I hate
last week of the
I hate
podcast.
it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. What are you paying money to go to these shows for? Just to boo somebody. I've seen this, and I know you don't watch battle rap. I've seen this in battle rap plenty of times.
Yeah, but here's why that guy did it, because he knew that like it would go viral. Like people, they want the attention because this thing that we have right here is a powerful weapon.
There needs to be like, I wouldn't say it needs to be banned, but like, bro, just
No,
don't go to the events and y'all gonna boo
I
the stuff,
know
man.
you're allowed to like say stuff like that, like when you get like personal and all fucked up, that's where you have to draw the line. But like that's AEW Productions' fault for not lowering the volume when that happened, because the production trucks, they could have lowered the crowd audio when
tell
that
you
guy
something.
said it.
Let me tell you something. Let me
They made the mistake. It was AEW's Productions' fault why that happened.
let me tell you something. If I see a fan do that in front of me, I'm choke slamming them. I'm getting kicked out of the arena. Don't bring me to no AEW events. Don't do it, because if I see somebody doing that right next to us, I'm gonna be like this, yo, Donnie. I'm just gonna walk home, man. I'm about to do something I'm gonna regret. I'm gonna grab somebody one day, y'all. I'm telling you.
Well, you heard
But
it here,
let me get back to
guys.
it because I'm getting off topic a little bit here.
Yeah, so when it comes to like John Moxley and Orange Cassidy, I have been enjoying the feud, but I think there's just something missing with the Death Riders. There's just something. I don't know what it is. There's just something that's missing. And I think they did a great job at Wrestle Dream with like how like John Moxley won the championship. I thought that was great. I think every member of the group is looking great in their own way, respectfully. But I don't know, like it doesn't feel like a takeover. When I think of like an invasion or like a takeover, the two things that come to my mind are the Nexus, because they made a huge impact by friggin' destroying the ring and the whole arena. And then they obviously missed the opportunity at SummerSlam when they should have been the ones to beat Team WWE. And then, of course, the NWO. The way that they came in and invaded. There's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like an invasion that much. Maybe it's just me.
No, it feels. Nope, you're actually right. The thing
And
is,
I
the
do
reason
think I do think inside that briefcase that Marina's been carrying around will be the new AEW championship. And I think that I could see it being like maybe like an X or something like on the title, similar to what CM Punk did with the real world championship.
You're right.
Or like
Yeah,
it's just
I
a whole
agree.
new design or something.
The thing is with me, like, and I was about to ask you that question. Matter of fact, where's the AEW championship been? I have not seen Moxley wear that joint yet.
Yep, I think it's inside that
It's in the
briefcase, and I think it
briefcase?
has a new
Because I was
design.
about to ask you. Because I was really about to ask you before you got to it. I'm like this. Where is the AEW championship at right now, man? Like Moxley's not even holding it. He's just walking around the place like he's the general manager or something. He's just going around beating everybody up. He's like this. If you don't do your job, you're gonna get beat up. And then he's got that briefcase like this. Oh, you're fired.
But I will say this, I'm very happy for Orange Cassidy finally getting the opportunity at the world title. I feel like now is the time. And I really do like this new side of Orange Cassidy a lot.
I love it too. I do like the laid back Orange Cassidy, but a lot of
course.
people are doubting him. And now hold on. Call me crazy. He might not win the AEW championship one day. No, I mean, he might not ever win it, but he's going to be an AEW Hall of Famer when it's all said and done.
Oh, totally agree with that. Orange Cassidy, I think he will win the title someday. It will happen.
I don't know, because, like, I've been hearing rumbles, and you might not agree. I feel like his ceiling has been hit, I think, in my opinion. But like you said, he might win it one day, and I won't be mad at that. Like, there are certain guys that are better chasing the championship, too. Like, you see, Scott Hall never won the big one. Mr. Perfect never won the big one. Ted DiBiase never. Some guys like that. These are the type of guys that are better chasing the championship instead of winning it, too. Like, you can be a legend without being the world champion. But
agree.
You do need to be world champion, too, in a certain sense. Like, if your career is legendary or if your career is up to that standpoint and everybody expects you to win, then you should win the world title, too. And if management is listening to the fans saying that put the strap on this man, they need to put the championship on him, too. But some guys, like you said, I agree with your opinion. Orange Cassidy kind of hit his ceiling. But if he wins the world title, in my opinion, he overachieved because his character has been carrying him. But then again, world championship material, it comes a long way too. It comes with the territory somewhat, but it comes also a long way in certain situations. So it's a 50-50 too.
I do agree, and that's the thing I always loved about Orange Cassidy is how unpredictable his matches are because you really don't know who's going to win. And in this situation, I don't think Orange Cassidy is going to win because I think that this is the beginning of this new era in AEW with Jon Moxley invading it, taking over, because I think it's going to lead to Darby Allin during one of the bigger AEW pay-per-views to win that championship and get his defining moment. But I do think that this is going to be a great match. I think that there is going to be a lot of interferences happening. And it's going to be interesting to see, like, what the finish is going to be. And I can't predict, like, what the finish is going to be because I think something crazy is going to happen.
I agree. Something.
But I do kind of want to see some, like, new members, though, in the Death Riders, low-key.
I mean, I don't know if you remember this. Bryan Danielson did state beforehand he wanted Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, and Lee Moriarty. Even though that's not happening right now because they're all in good situations. But I do want to see Daniel Garcia be a member in the future. I could see him being a member in the future.
I like him. I like him being on Team AEW because you need to have legitimate people on that side too. And having Daniel Garcia, Private Party, these homegrown AEW stars, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, all together, I think that that's very important.
Or we can put it like this. Hold on. Even though it might not happen, keep in mind Christian Cage is still lurking in the shadows with that contract, by the way.
Wait a minute. I just realized something. No, that's Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena. When shit hits the fan, that's Double or Nothing. Because I thought like Full Gear it was that, but nope, I'm wrong. Never mind. But who do we have winning this match?
Sneak in there and win.
Christian Cage, nope, not happening.
He got that contract.
I feel like he's going to have a failed cash-in when Darby wins the title. And I hate saying that. Because I think Christian could be a great world champion, but with Jon Moxley running the company right now, and then Darby Allin getting set up to be like the face of AEW, I don't see it happening.
Or I heard this, I heard a little plot rumor. Jay White is going to cost Christian Cage his contract. I did hear that rumor. So that's still a possibility in the work. Because remember, Jay White still has unfinished business with Christian Cage. Just because Hangman is in the way right now, that doesn't mean. Because Jay White did say, and this has been a story for a minute, because I seen him do it in New Japan. But this is AEW, but he went after the biggest Tonga brother, Hekalu, listen, he chokeslammed him at Kings of Pro Wrestling last year after he defended the title against Tama Tonga, or a few years ago against Tama Tonga. Like after Wrestle Kingdom when Jay White lost the title. Jay White didn't forget that, so he went after Hekalu. And they had a loser leaves Japan match, which Jay White lost. So Jay White character-wise, he doesn't forget these little things. So he could cause Christian Cage too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah, because
That's how Jay White's character has been molded. Because I've seen
he got written off of TV because of that, right?
Huh?
Because of Christian's faction.
Who?
Jay White, like he got written off of TV. Somebody attacked him.
Yep. So he doesn't forget none of that. He's just, Hangman right now is just a distraction. But I know how Jay White's character works. He doesn't forget things. He will get back to it. I know we off topic a little bit.
Ricky, we're getting off topic now. So who do we got winning this match?
But this match can go. The scenario can go a lot of ways. But Jon Moxley's retaining here.
Yep, I think Jon Moxley retains, and I think we're gonna get a new member of the
I'm trying to figure out
Riders.
who though. I'm trying to figure out who.
And it won't be Shane McMahon.
No.
That's what I'm gonna say. It'll be anybody else. It will not be Shane.
Who'd you say? You said Shane McMahon?
I said it won't be.
Oh no,
It
you
won't
said
be
Shane McMahon,
because
right?
I feel like every pay-per-view prediction, everybody says, "Oh, Shane McMahon showing up, Shane showing up." I don't think it's happening.
Oh, you said Shane McMahon though, right? You didn't say
Yep.
Never mind. Don't say it. You didn't,
I don't know
you didn't
who's
say
gonna be the
other
one to
name.
show. I don't know who's gonna join.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. It's tough.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going.
Moxley's gonna win, but Orange Cassidy, he's gonna show everybody why he's a main eventer after this match. One way or the other, it doesn't matter how you look at it. You can hate it, but you're not gonna deny the fact that Orange Cassidy, after Full Gear, is here.
I agree. Anything else before we close off this predictions?
Shout out to We Are Wrestling, man. Like, I've been a little low key the past few weeks. Been tired, knocked. But yeah, shout out to We Are Wrestling. God bless y'all. This Saturday, come join us and watch Full Gear. I will be here, definitely. December 14th, by the way. Let me promote Blitzkrieg, by the way. I will be there, too. I got a lot of catching up to do. I ain't been in the last few. I got a lot of catching up to do. But shout out to We Are Wrestling.
Let me tell you, Ricky, real quick before we close this off. I'm going to have to find the link to the main event match on Blitzkrieg with Dijak and CPA because you need to watch that. Like, when I tell you it felt like a legitimate shoot fight, it felt like that. And Dijak even got in Ben and our buddy Dan's face, too.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
Never mind, because I told Ben something the other day, but I'm gonna get to that another day.
But to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there, just like Ricky said, this Saturday night, We Are Wrestling Full Gear watch-along party. If you guys want to watch the pay-per-view with us, we will be live here on the YouTube channel watching it, and I can't wait because I missed Wrestle Dream. Regretting it every freaking day, but I'm not missing this one. Ricky's not missing this one. But guys, let us know in the comment section below your predictions for AEW Full Gear. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, recommend you guys to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. New episode of the We Are Wrestling podcast will be coming out this Friday. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow Ricky and I over on our social medias. And if you guys are into wrestling figures and toys, I do have a whole separate channel where I do toy reviews and toy hunts. Best One Donnie, go check that out. All the links down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, and best ones, we are taking over. Peace.